Alright, back with another YouTube video. We're going to talk about Raw, SmackDown, NXT, NXT UK 205. Probably look up and down at these Raw results because I probably remember some stuff. This doesn't go in order. Who cares? Triple H comes out. He's going in the Hall of Fame with DX, not Rick Rude and not who else wasn't going in? Tori? Yeah. So it's X-Pac, Billy Gunn, Road Dogg, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and China. People think China should go in on her own. It's not going to happen. And then we get the announcement of NXT call-ups. Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, Ricochet, Aleister Black. They're all going to be on Raw. And it's going to be awesome. And then, of course, our first match is Baron Corbin and Braun Strowman. Why? Anyway, Baron Corbin wins. Wait, no, he doesn't. Sorry. Braun Strowman wins. Yeah, there you go. Paul Heyman comes out to introduce a Brock Lesnar video package, which he's also narrating. So he introduces a piece of the video package. He introduces himself. I don't know. They should have just played the video package with no voiceover. Why not just, I don't know. That was weird. Finn comes out, says how he's IC champion now because he beat Leo Rush and Bobby Lashley for the IC title. 2-on-1 handicap elimination chamber. Pin Leo Rush. Probably would have preferred him to beat Bobby Lashley in a straight up 1-on-1. But, I mean, hey, I'm glad that he's champion again. Or a champion again, because he was Universal champ. Now he's IC champ. So, cool. And then he gets attacked by Leo and Bobby. And Ricochet comes out to help him. Finn and Ricochet versus Leo and Bobby. Finn and Ricochet win. Ricochet gets the pin over Leo Rush after a 630 splash. Reportedly, that match was changed from Finn versus Ricochet to Finn and Ricochet versus Bobby Lashley and Leo Rush. It was because Triple H didn't want Finn versus Ricochet to happen yet, which I'm honestly glad that they held that off because that's a pay-per-view match right there. Like Fastlane, WrestleMania, you know. Then we get Lucha House Party versus Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins. Yeah, Kurt Hawkins lost again. Lucha House Party win. And I'm saying Kurt Hawkins will get his first win at WrestleMania, like winning the tag titles, but I don't know, because DIY just came to the main roster, so they might have DIY versus the Revival at Mania, just like they did tonight, but the difference would be that'll be for the tag titles, which DIY did beat the Revival later in the night, and somebody had to get the Elias spot. Went to Aleister Black. Aleister Black beats Elias. And then Heavy Machinery and Leo Rush, Lacey Evans, basically they both come out there and do their entrances. Heavy Machinery does their entrance. They talk for a little bit, stakes and wakes and whatnot. Lacey Evans comes out there and does her entrance, and then Heavy Machinery do a Bushwhackers impression, trying to impress Lacey Evans, which was like, okay, so are they going to be like a faction now? Is Lacey Evans going to be their manager? Like, what's going to happen? I have no idea. And then we get the Revival versus DIY, which I already said DIY won. Then we get a backstage segment with Chad Gable, Bobby Roode, DIY, and the Revival. People were saying, like, well, I do agree with this. If they would have replaced Bobby Roode with Jason Jordan, I would have loved to see that triple threat. But Jason Jordan can't wrestle anymore because of that. What was it? Basically, I guess a career-ending back injury. Yeah, pretty much. Which honestly does suck for Jason Jordan because I would have loved to see American Alpha come back together, but it is what it is. People get injured and stop wrestling, and well, in Daniel Bryan's case, people get injured, stop wrestling, and come back 3 years later. But hey, that's Daniel Bryan for you. Anyway, Sasha and Bayley come out talking about how they're women's tag team champions. I don't know what it is, but a lot of people don't like Sasha and Bayley. I like Sasha and Bayley. I think they're cool. And their first opponents are gonna be Nia Jax and Tamina. Great. Yeah, that's sarcasm in the voice. Anyway, Drew McIntyre versus Dean Ambrose. This match was set up because Dean Ambrose slapped Drew McIntyre because he wanted Seth Rollins, but Dean was like, I'm not doing anything. So he slapped him in the face, and they get their match. Drew wins in like 2 minutes, hits him with 2 Claymore kicks, and that's it. I already talked about Elias versus Aleister Black. Aleister Black won. Ronda versus Ruby Riott ends the same way the Chamber match did. Ronda wins, and the Riott Squad come in and try to attack Ronda. And that's the end of Raw. Now, SmackDown. I think I remember more SmackDown. Elias wasn't on the show. Sorry, that's SmackDown. Andrade versus Aleister Black. Aleister Black wins, which Andrade got a couple of wins over Rey Mysterio, so they had been doing something with him recently. DIY versus The Bar. DIY win. Triple threat. 3-on-3 tag match with the 6 people in the chamber. Babyface versus heels. So we got Kofi, Jeff, AJ versus Randy, Samoa Joe, and Daniel Bryan. Kofi, AJ, and Jeff win. Kofi gets the pin over Daniel Bryan. Then Shane comes out and says Kofi versus Daniel Bryan's happening at Fastlane. So yeah, that's our first. I think the first match announced for Fastlane is Kofi versus Daniel Bryan. So yeah, SmackDown and Raw was good this week. What happened with Asuka and Mandy Rose? Mandy Rose wins. Can't believe it. So, what happens at Fastlane with Asuka and Mandy? I'm gonna say this is gonna parlay into Asuka versus Sonya Deville. Probably. What else happened on SmackDown? Usos come out, cut a promo. Shane and Miz cut a promo. Shane and Miz basically say they want to tag. Well, Usos basically grant them a tag team rematch. So we're getting a tag team rematch at Fastlane. So that's another match announced for Fastlane. So I didn't even have to look at the results. I just remembered what happened on the show. If only I could remember what happened on the rest of these shows. 205. Well, I know a couple of things that happened. Daivari versus Jobber. Daivari wins. Cedric versus Mike Kanellis. Cedric wins. Huge WrestleMania announcement. We're getting another tournament for 205. First 2 matches in the tournament are going to be Kalisto and other thing. Humberto Carrillo versus Tony Nese. No. Humberto Carrillo versus TJ Perkins. Humberto Carrillo wins. And basically we're getting this Drew Gulak and Jack Gallagher trying to manage Humberto Carrillo. it's probably not going to end well, of course. So yeah, first two matches announced in the tournament: Kalisto versus Tony Nese and Brian Kendrick versus Drew Gulak. I'd be surprised if Brian Kendrick won his match, considering they don't use him ever. So I'm going to go with Drew Gulak to win. Kalisto versus Tony Nese. I'll go with Kalisto. What else happened? NXT proper was their main event was Velveteen Dream versus Johnny Gargano. Velveteen Dream wins the North American Championship. What happened with the women? Mia Yim versus Xia Li. I think Mia Yim wins and then they get attacked. I believe that's what happened. But I gotta look at the results. But before I look at those results, let me go to NXT UK. The Coffee Brothers fought Flash Morgan Webster and Mark Andrews. The Coffee Brothers win. Zach Gibson and James Drake cut a promo. They cut a promo talking about how they're the best tag team in NXT. Trent Seven versus Shane Thorne. Trent Seven wins. Tony Storm versus Rhea Ripley. Tony Storm successfully defends her title. So overall, NXT UK was a good show. All those matches were great. I didn't really go into detail because I don't know. I just didn't, I guess. But I thought the show was good, so it's pretty much all you need to know. Like, if you want to watch, I would suggest watching the show so you can see what actually happened. Other than the wins and losses, you know their finishers. If you watch my reviews, if you've watched my reviews before, you know what their finishers are. Tony Storm's finisher is basically a powerbomb, a double underhook powerbomb. Coffee Brothers finisher. I honestly don't remember what their finisher is. Let me look. Okay. Best for the Bells, which is what is it? I don't know. Some kind of double team forearm or something. I know what Trent Seven's finisher is. His is a lariat. Oh yeah, Jordan Devlin said he had unfinished business with Travis Banks, so they'll probably have another match. We get a video package for Kaylee Ray and Nina Samuels. And yeah, that was pretty much it. Oh yeah, Birch and Lorcan came out basically saying how they're going to challenge for the NXT tag titles. Well, they're going to challenge for, I guess they want to challenge for both of them, the UK tag titles and the American tag titles. So, yeah. And then we get a graphic shown for Jack Gallagher versus Tyler Bate next week. Walter's going to fight Cassius Ohno next week. And yep, there it is. Grizzled Young Vets, James Drake and Zach Gibson versus Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch. That's happening next week too. What else happened on NXT? Matt Riddle interview talking about how he wants to retire Brock Lesnar. So that's something. If Brock Lesnar stays around long enough for Matt Riddle and him to actually have a match against each other. Yeah, Aleister Black versus Roderick Strong. Aleister Black wins. And so that's everything. Let me get confirmation on what happened in that Mia Yim match. Let me see if she won or they just get attacked. Okay, yeah. So Mia Yim wins and then they get attacked. All right. And Mia Yim wins with the package pile driver, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, package pallet driver. So yeah, so that's everything. If I haven't talked about Elimination Chamber, I basically did mention it. Daniel Bryan retains, Ronda retains, Usos win the tag titles. Uh, yeah, so that's basically everything. All right, see you guys next week. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe.